In fact, a follow-up segment tonight, radical leftist William Ayers, an unrepentant terrorist who participated in bombings in the 1960s and then became a campaign issue because of his association with Barack Obama, has finally surfaced in the media. He appeared on Good Morning America.
We did cross lines of propriety, of legality, maybe even of common sense, but we never committed terror.
I have a tough time understanding this. How is what you did there, blowing up, detonating a bomb in the Pentagon, the New York Police Department headquarters, trying to target the Capitol, how is that not terrorism?
It's not terrorism because it doesn't target people, to either kill or injure. Let's remember that what you call a violent past, that was at a time when thousands of people were being murdered by our government every month. And those of us who fought to end that war were actually on the right side. There were despicable acts going on, but the despicable acts were being carried out by our government. I never hurt or killed anyone. I was involved in the anti-war movement. I was part of the militant faction of opposing the war, and I've been quoted again and again as saying I don't regret it, and frankly, and saying I don't think we did enough.
Joining us now from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, where he is signing copies of his brand new book, The Christmas Sweater. A brand new Fox News analyst.
Yeah,
Glenn
not
Beck.
wearing one, though.
You should. I told you right before, you're going to have a book called A Christmas Sweater. You've got to wear a Christmas.
Well, next year maybe I'll.
All right. Now, Ayers
maybe next time I'll come out with the Christmas gingham shirt.
Right. The reason Ayers goes on GMA and not here is because he spun it like crazy, and there were a lot of people killed by the weathermen. 7 people were killed in an explosion, and then there were another 3 actual people, radicals, killed in an explosion in Greenwich Village, and on. Pipe bomb in San Francisco. So this guy. Here's my question. I made a big deal out of that. I know you talked about it on your radio program. Got a lot of calls. A lot of people were angry. But when I go out in the street and I say, William Ayers, does that bother you? Just as many Americans say, no, I don't care. What is that mentality when they don't care about a guy like this? What does that tell you?
Cakes and circuses, too many dumb people. I mean, maybe we should thin out the herd a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I can't get my arms around a country that can listen to that and say, oh, well, he's saying it's not violent. And he's on GMA promoting a book about non-violent acts and comparing what we're going through now with the Vietnam War. He is not only pushing a book that is promoting this non-violent act of blowing things up if you disagree with the government, and on top of it, the man is a university professor. He is a teacher. He is organizing people and telling what we should teach our kids. This is a total outrage, Bill. There's a disconnect in America. We are at the place where the Constitution hangs in the balance, and I think we're at a crossroads here. We're still about here where the roads are just starting to split, but pretty soon, this side and this side aren't going to understand each other at all because we're living in different universes. There are
a couple of things about Ayers. I don't know whether you saw the program, but I sent Jeffrey Waters out to see him, and he got so frightened of Jesse that he called the cops, the same cops he tried to blow up in New York. He calls them to protect him against Jesse. But the other thing is that, as you pointed out, they hired him at the University of Illinois, Chicago. They hired him. They gave him a good-paying job. They put him on the boards of the Woods Foundation, where Barack Obama served as well. He, in Chicago, in certain circles, is considered not only a good citizen, but an exemplary citizen. And I would say if William Ayers had said on that program or my program or any program, I went overboard back then. I was young. I was caught up in this thing. I shouldn't have done what I did. And my message now is if you want to protest, you do it peacefully. I think most Americans say, okay. Wouldn't like it, and there'd be a segment say no. But he doesn't. He continues to make these insane insinuations.
Bill, he is. No. He is saying that. He is saying what he did wasn't violent. That's what he's saying.
That's not true.
No, just blowing things up. It's crazy insane. I understand that, but that's what he's saying, and yet somehow or another, 50% of America is saying, oh well, that doesn't matter. Oh well, it doesn't matter. He is teaching our children this. At the same time, Bill, let me ask you this: what do you think would be said if you on your radio show or you on your TV show or if anybody on talk radio happened to say, you know what? if you disagree with the war, you disagree with all of these, let's say you disagree with all these hippie protesters, whatever, and you just want to blow up their building, as long as you don't hurt any hippies, just blow up their buildings.
Right. You go to Woodstock,
buses,
just blow up the tents, but none of the kids. Look, it's absurd.
Right.
But I think we've reached a point.
Just blew up the outhouses.
Here's where we've reached a point in this country. As you said, we have a divide in the country, and I think under the Obama administration, the divide's going to get even, because the far left is emboldened. It'll be interesting to see how President Obama deals with the divide. But there are a certain amount of people who have lost moral outrage about everything, Glenn. No more moral outrage ever. It's not in their lives. You're not going to see them. They are chilling out permanently. I'll give you the last word.
You know what? That is the most frightening thing. It's honestly one of the reasons why I feel the Constitution is hanging in the balance right now, hanging by a thread, unless the good Americans wake up, unless they stand up and say, excuse me, you're not teaching that to my children. You should not be putting that on television. Where the hell is the rest of the media on this? Where the hell is the next president of the United States condemning this kind of talk?
I think there'll be a backlash.
Condemning it.
It'll be interesting to see how it. All right, Glenn Beck, everybody, he's signing his book all over the country. The Christmas Sweater. He'll be in Providence, Rhode Island, where I was last week. He'll be there tomorrow. Thanks, Glenn.